Hey all, today we're going to be talking about an anime that just finished up its second season not too long ago. And we will be talking about season 1 and season 2. And the show is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, the plot, it's just as simple as the title. It's about a 40-year-old businessman who gets stabbed, dies, but is able to be reincarnated into a fantasy world as a slime. And as a slime, he's able to gain power by eating things and whatever he eats, he can copy. And his overall goal is to try and create a town in which monsters and humans can coexist. Now, this anime falls under the isekai genre. And for those who don't know, isekai is any anime where the main character gets transported or reincarnated, or it's just basically put in another world. Now, this genre is very vast. It's very explored. It's been done a lot of times, and because of that, there's a lot of cliches that kind of almost dominate the genre itself. So it's very tough to stand out within this field. However, the shows that can do it really not only rise above the genre, but rise above anime itself. There are so many great anime that I would put on my all-time list that are isekais. Now the question is, will this show about a slime, will it be able to rise to this level? Is it one of the greatest isekais we've seen? Not really. But it is a fun ride. Like, the show's biggest strength is how comfortable it is. It's even tough to quantify, but as you're watching it, it is really like a nice comfort show, a show that you can just kind of put on at any point and enjoy, especially season 1. I think season 1 is really underrated in what it does because it's tough to quantify, as I said, but it has this nice, pleasant, relaxing, comfortable atmosphere. All the characters are really, really likable, which says something for how big the main cast ends up being. I can count on my hand how many characters I dislike, probably like 3 in the entire show, and there's like 30 major characters, and the fact that I only dislike 3 is like a huge point for the show. You end up liking and rooting for these characters a lot of the time. The main character, in my opinion, is great. He stands out from other isekai protagonists and is very likable. You want to see him succeed in his goal to create this town. And not only that, the atmosphere that is so pleasant and likable is also pretty funny. I think this show's funny. I enjoy it. Like, I laughed out loud multiple times. Now, I do have to say, humor is subjective, so maybe I can totally see someone watching it and not really getting the jokes, or just not getting, I guess, but not the jokes not hitting them in a certain degree, and I understand that. But for me, I was all in on the jokes. I think the jokes are really well done, and usually those type anime jokes don't always hit, but I feel like this one really, really hit. And I feel like it's not only is season 1 this comfortable show, but you also feel like it's building to something bigger. It's building to something that, like, oh, what's it called? If this show turns on me, which it can very well do, it can break my heart in the good way. I'm so invested that if they really decided to break my heart, it would. And I think that's a good thing when a show can do that. When it can take you these uncomfortable territories, and as long as it can do it effectively, that's what separates the good shows from the great shows. And when it comes to season 2, they try to do that, and they do fail. I love season 1, I really, really do, and I know I'm in the minority of this. I hate season 2. I don't think it's that good, because the problem is they try to add weight, but they do an awful job of it because they are unwilling to go any place that's risky, any place that's uncomfortable. Like, it's really frustrating because there's a point in season 2 where you're like, oh my god, they're doing it. They're going to this place that, like, is uncomfortable. It's going to make me sad, and it's going to take the show to the next level. And then they immediately undo the choice. And for those who've seen season 2, they know what I'm talking about. They know the choice that the show made, and, like, to be honest, it kind of ruins everything. The show season 2 feels like it has no stakes. Season 1 felt like it had stakes and felt like things can kind of happen. The bad things can happen to the show. Season 2, it doesn't feel like anything bad can happen anymore. It doesn't feel like the characters just don't feel as complex. The villains, at least. The villains take a dive, honestly, in my opinion, a dive. And it's just frustrating because there's a lot of good parts of season 2, and I know that season 2 is very popular with a lot of people. And if you're willing to kind of watch a show not advance, yeah, I get it. It's still a fun ride. It's still got this pleasant atmosphere. It's still enjoyable to watch these characters you like kick ass. But it's just frustrating because it really comes down to this. Do you want to watch a show that's a 7 out of 10, stay at a 7 out of 10, even though it had a potential to be a 9 out of 10? Or will you be frustrated with the fact that the show isn't a 9 out of 10 when it could easily be a 9 out of 10? My really end point when it comes to that time I got reincarnated as a slime is it's the perfect barometer of middling isekai. It's not a great isekai, but it's nowhere near a bad isekai. It's right in the middle. And if you enjoy the show, you'll probably enjoy most other isekais that are in that range. And you won't be frustrated by the cliches. But the problem is the show doesn't go above its cliches. It is still very cliched with the overpowered protagonist, the multiple characters just idolizing the main character, all the general isekai cliches the show has, and for the most part, the likability kind of outdoes that. But in season 2, I feel like it kind of falls to the cliches of it. It's just kind of frustrating. But it is a type of show. Listen, it's a great comfort show. If you need a comfort show and you won't think too much about where the show could have been, and you can just enjoy the ride and enjoy the characters and watch some characters you like kick ass, this is a great show for you. But if this is the type of show, if you are the type of person who will look at this show and be like, oh, I'm really frustrated they didn't do that. Oh, the show isn't as good as it could have been. Oh, I'm kind of disappointed by season 2 because it didn't do X, Y, and Z. I would recommend not moving on to a different show, because this is a very fun show, but it is a flawed show. And you have to be able to just sit back and enjoy it and not expect more for what it is. Because what it is a fun isekai that is just not rising above its other peers. It's not in the same tier as ReZero and those types of shows. It's just a fun isekai that you can enjoy, but it's not going to be a great show. It's just a good show. And there should be places for these types of good shows that make you laugh, that are enjoyable, but don't expect a great show. It's just a good show. So that is my review. I can't wait to do some more reviews. And listen, let me know what you think of season 2 if you watched it, because I know I'm in the minority. I know there's a lot of people who really, really like season 2. So let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you want me to review a certain show. I'll probably have seen it. So, all right, thank you so much, and continue watching LGR. Some of the great anime. I want to redo that. That you can just kind of relax and get into. Now, no, I don't think so. Okay. With a lot of weight and a lot of tension, and they almost immediately. I'm going to redo this, but it's a much better run. It is a much better run. Okay. He absorbs more things, and so on, and build up. Since he has the intelligence. No, I'm getting too bogged down with the example. Okay. Relax. Now, for non-anime fans, this genre is a part of the isekai. I had that one. Okay. Redo it. Redo it.